Hi there, good morning. It's Woody. Back for another little chat and a little update on my life, my thoughts. Try to share a bit of wisdom if I've got some about my living with cancer and how it's affected me. Tomorrow is my 3-year cancer anniversary. Can you believe that? And I contemplated that a lot this morning. I just sort of sat down and thought, wow, those 3 years have gone so quickly. They've gone in a series of 1 monthly injections, then to 3 monthly injections, and PSA tests every month, and everything's been a month, which coincides with my work where I teach my students to drive ambulances and how they each course is a month long, so it's like a month again, and life just seems to be flying by. Not in a bad way, but in a way that you just wish sometimes you could slow it down a little bit and turn the clock back sometimes. But I know that can't happen, so I have to make the most of those times and enjoy each month and each day and each minute and each second, just try and make the most out of it. I also contemplate the fact that when I found out I had cancer, and I first saw a bone scan with my oncologist, and she showed me all the dark areas of the areas where I've got cancer. It was all over. It was all over me. I sat there with my sister and I thought, this is me gone. I'm a goner. I'm not going to last. This was September. I'm not going to last till Christmas. Because that's what I thought cancer did. But I was in a bad way. And I had a radiotherapy then. Massive doses of steroids to stop my back from collapsing. I was in a real poorly state. But also, there was a point that so changed my life. It was like my life suddenly began in a way. It was like my eyes opened and saw life perhaps the way it should be for the first time. I've learned so many lessons about life. I've learned the value of life, the value of friendships, the value of love, the value of just looking out the window and looking at the world and watching the trees moving in the wind and the sun and the clouds and birds singing. All of that stuff is just so precious. Free of charge, of course, which is wonderful. I've learned the value of going for walks. The absolute priceless value in watching one of my children smile and laugh, or my wife laughing. These things, they just kind of they're like little photographs that just stay etched in my memory, where before I probably didn't take a lot of notice of all that stuff. So there are lessons to learn when you are threatened with your mortality. We're not immortal. Everyone has a time. Once you get that alarm bell ringing on that clock of life, that's what I think it is, and I suddenly realised that I've got to learn to appreciate it more, and I did. I'm now a sort of person that really doesn't get phased out so much. I used to get quite annoyed about things. I don't get angry. I've learnt to control my emotions. I've learnt also to control my thoughts and feelings when I'm feeling. Let's face it, anyone that's got stage 4 cancer will know as well as I do that you're going to go through some pretty horrendous times. There are times and days that are not nice. I I know that, but I've also learnt to understand that I can choose my response to those days. I can wake up in the morning feeling rough and choose to try not to be rough instead of just expecting a bad day and then living a bad day. I don't want to live a bad day and maybe a bad hour and then let's get it over with. Recently, about 4 months or so, 5 months or so, my cancer started making a very slow return, which was reflected in my PSA scores. Those of you with prostate cancer will know all about the PSA score and the anxiety of every single wait for the next one, which I gave up on in the end. I just didn't bother worrying about it. And I haven't had even now actually, my last PSA test was over 2 weeks ago. I haven't even asked about the result. I just think it doesn't make me any better. Let them deal with it. And anyway, it has increased, or it was increasing, until the point where it went, one day just doubled. So therefore the oncologist said, right, okay, we need to take some drastic action quickly. We had a plan of doing radiotherapy, which I'm now in the middle of. The first 2 sessions, I pretty much told you, didn't go fabulous, but it could have been worse, I suppose. Everything can be worse. It doesn't have to be great, but it can always be worse. But yesterday, I went, I think, with a bit of a different mindset. In my mind, I wasn't expecting it to be worse. I tried to tell myself that just because it wasn't good last time doesn't mean it's not going to be a kinder experience this time, and it certainly was. So the week before, it took me 80 minutes to get the 2 sessions done. This time it only took 40, which is a major difference. And I think my whole mindset was different. I went in there with a whistle and I was happy. I was talking to other people before my turn. I made an effort to try and be, as much as possible, be positive in my mind and in my way, a way of being. And I think it worked. So I'm sitting here now feeling 100% better than I did last week. Last week I was probably asleep at this stage. And I wonder if something was caused by them expecting me to feel sleepy and tired and a bit rough for 2 days after it. Whereas today I woke up and I thought, I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to waste any more of this precious time. So I went for a walk. I had a nice breakfast and been to the shops and come back and I sat in the garden. I was looking at the trees, and one thing I noticed is the colours of the trees are changing, which is that amazing sign that the autumn's coming along. I love autumn, when all the trees start to change this beautiful golden colour. And I know in the UK it's beautiful, and I know in America it's amazing. I've seen all the films with the fall, as you call it, America and Canada. And we change as well. We start changing ourselves before we're getting ourselves prepared for winter. And a lot of people will sort of go, oh, I hate the winter, or I hate this, or I hate that. I love all of them, because otherwise, again, it's a waste of time, precious time. I'm going to waste 4 months not looking forward to the cold days, the cozy days is what I call them. I've noticed there's quite a few people on the comments that are on this journey that have that I just recently started, and And you're worried, and I understand that, and I was worried, and everyone was worried. But like so many people told me, don't worry about it. Try not to think that just because you've got cancer, that's the end. It just isn't. You know, I'm sitting here 3 years later. Who knows how much I get? You know, maybe another 3 years, maybe another 10 years, 20 years. I mean, I'm determined to get that. You know, as long as I can. But I think the most important thing you can do is to take my advice and try and feed yourself a diet of healthy, positive stuff. You know, whether it's what you're eating, whether it's what you're watching, listening, everything in your life. Include gratitude and kindness in there. And you will see the world in a better place. You'll see the experience of living with cancer easier. I think it makes it easier. You can choose to die. You can choose to give up. You can choose to just choose to believe that you're never gonna win. And I love the fact that the mind responds to the way we choose, and we have this choice in our. You know, I choose to try and enjoy it, to try and I choose to live my life to a point where I'm making something good happen in it. Every day I think, how can I be kind? If I get the opportunity to be kind, how can I make someone feel better? People may not remember. I remember this is a lovely little thing I read about this the other day. People might not remember what you did, but they remember how you make them feel. And I like that. And yesterday when I was at the treatment at the hospital, I was talking to people. I had a great chat with my American friend. She was there again. And then on the way back, had a real laugh with a guy. I don't know if you're going to watch this video. I told him about the website. If you're watching it, thanks, mate, for making me laugh all the way home. Laughter's brilliant, and we were laughing about we both have prostate cancer. And we're both laughing about like when we did our biopsies, and if you can turn everything into some kind of laugh, you're winning. You're winning all the time. Anyway, guys, I'm going. I realised I have gone a little bit over what I was going to do. So whatever you're doing this weekend, enjoy yourselves. Keep being positive, and please keep commenting. Please let me know what you're thinking again of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.